What's going on, my people? How y'all doing? All right, so y'all ready to piss some people off? Y'all ready? Look, are y'all ready to get some people mad? We gonna get some people mad. Don't worry about it. So somebody reached out to me, and they were like, "Hey, can you just kind of give your take on mass shootings?" Here we go. Here we go. Y'all ready to get some people mad? We gonna piss some people off. All right, here we go. This is the thing. So mass shootings and particularly high school shootings, right? I think that of course, they're very sad when they occur, and unfortunate when it happens. Um, I know that a lot of times, and most times, the first thing people do is thoughts and prayers. You know, that's all we pretty much can do, just, initially. I don't know how much thoughts and prayers is doing to kind of change the scope of mass shootings or, school shootings and things like that, because it seems like it's getting more and more and more and more as time goes on. Um, I will say this, though. Politicians always say that, there's nothing we can do. It's about mental health. I'll focus on the mental health thing in a second. There's nothing we can do. Um, you know, put more guns on the street and things like that. Let me just make an observation, right? Let me make an observation real quick. You guys know my name is Omar. Omar is not only a Hispanic name, but it's an Arab name. It's an African name. You guys know I went to school in the Middle East and things like that. So let me just say this, right? You guys know Omar Sharif, Mullah Omar. Like, it's an Arab name, right? Let me just say this. If all of these mass shootings and all of these school shootings, if these were all being done by Muslims, do you know how many new laws politicians would make? Do you know how, if all of these school shootings and all of these mass shootings were done by Muslims, boy, you could hear the Republicans and conservatives now. It's, oh my God, they're attacking our country, they're killing our children. You thought 9/11 was something. If you if every single mass shooting and school shooting was done by a Muslim, boy, I bet they'd be able to find laws to make then. They'd be making laws top to bottom about guns when it came to Muslims. But since it's not Muslims, oh, we can't make no laws. We what new laws? What new laws? We can't make no new laws. It's mental health. People have been killing people forever, but all of a sudden now it's all mental health. So it can't just be that there's just mean people in the world. There's just bad people in the world. It's mental health. You have racists, Ku Klux Klan members. Are they all just like mentally unhealthy? Or are they just like mean, evil people? Surprise, surprise. Like, let me make an announcement that nobody's ever thought of. There just happens to be mean, evil, bad people in the world. Wow, what a surprise. So, yes, put money towards mental health. But every single mass shooting, every single school shooting is not because of mental health. It's just we need to keep guns out of the hands of bad, mean, and evil people in the world. That's it. I remember I was reading this study and it was talking about how the United States is 5% of the world's population. 5%, yes, people. Like, I went to school overseas. Like, y'all have to get please, people in the U.S. Y'all need to travel. There's a whole world out there. So I remember reading the U.S. was 5% of the world's population. Might be a little bit more by now because I remember I read this a few years ago. So the U.S. is 5% of the world's 5% of the world's population, and we had over 30%, I believe it was, of the mass shootings in the world. 5% of the world's population, and we have over 30% of the mass shootings in the world. You remember that whole saying when they used to talk about like, oh, guns don't kill people, people kill people. If we're 5% of the world's population and we have over 30% of the mass shootings in the world and people kill people, what does that say about what type of people we are? Are we just more evil? Are we just bad people over here? Are we just mean people over here? And in other places of the world, they're much nicer? Is that what it is? I think Americans are good people. So then what's the problem? I remember I gave a speech. You guys know I do lecturing and stuff around the world. I remember I gave a speech one time about guns. And it was actually pro guns because you guys, if you don't know, I'm a gun owner of like 5 different guns. Actually, I've done work with the NRA. Surprise, surprise. And I was doing actually a pro-gun lecture one time. And toward the end, like the last 25% of my lecture, I spoke about the bad part of guns. Just 25% of the lecture. It was a lecture pro-guns. But because the entire lecture wasn't pro-guns, because I gave 25% talking about the problem with guns, I remember I got an email. I got a couple mean emails, but I remember this one stuck out. And this guy was saying that he was going to, because of what I said, the 25% of the entire lecture, just the 25% that I said about the problem with guns, he said, I'm going to keep my last bullet to go right in between your eyes. I smiled like I always do. Smiled like I always do. And I thought, well, you know what? I guess this is one of those, because he said, he's a right-wing, conservative and things like that. I said, I guess this is one of those, responsible gun owners that everybody talks about. Those patriotic, responsible gun owners. Sounded so peaceful and patriotic and responsible to me. Somebody disagrees with you. Somebody says 25%. The other 75% was all pro-guns. I said 25% about what the problem with guns is. And boy, these right-wingers came out. They're so responsible and peaceful. I'm going to put a gun right. I'm going to say my last bullet go right between your eyes. Oh, my Lord. So, mass shootings, school shootings. Let me just end it like this. Everybody talking about mental health and this and that, and this. It's not guns that kill people, it's people that kill people and all this and that. There's one thing I can guarantee. I will guarantee you this. As a matter of fact, this guarantee that I'm about to give you, I believe in it so much. I believe in it so much. That this guarantee I'm talking about, boy, you can take this to the bank. You can go out and play the lottery after you hear my guarantee. This is my guarantee. My guarantee is that the next mass shooting, the next school shooting will involve a gun. What a revelation. Because see, this is the thing. Politicians always say, well, there's, we can throw money to mental health. We can, it's not guns that kill people, it's people that kill people. But guess what? In every mass shooting, there is one guarantee. See, in the next mass shooting, in the next school shooting, the person may suffer from mental health problems, but they may not. The person might not have any mental health issues. So you can't guarantee that every single shooting is a person that suffers from mental health issues. You can't guarantee that. The person just might wake up and be mad. The person just might get in an argument. The person might be... You can't guarantee that every single mass shooting, every single school shooting is mental health. You can't guarantee that. But I can 100% guarantee that every single mass shooting, every single school shooting will involve a gun. So what's the common denominator here? What's the thing that's involved in every single mass shooting, every single school shooting? The thing that's involved is a gun. You're so smart. You're absolutely correct. The gun is the only common denominator in every single mass shooting and every single school shooting. But we can't do anything about that. We can't pass no laws about that. As I said before, if every single mass shooting and every single school shooting was done by a Muslim, ooh, the laws we would pass, boy. The laws we would be attacking countries in the Middle East. Oh my Lord. The hypocrisy and the logic. I'm just speaking logic, y'all. I don't understand. But watch the hate. Look, I love the hate. Bring your hate. Bring your death threats to me. Trust me, you'll see this pearly white smile every step of the way. And you're going to hate it. Bring it to me. Love y'all. The logic is just there. I'm just talking logic, y'all. It's pretty simple. I love y'all. Y'all take care, all right? Peace. Bye-bye.